Hi all, Mark Slane with the United States Krav Maga Association. Talking today about what we are looking for in a technique. If you know anything about the United States Krav Maga Association, you know that we tweak the system quite often, add techniques, move them around, change techniques. Truly, we're looking for the most effective things that'll come out of us under stress that we possibly can. We don't bow to any grand poobah that we have to keep a tradition. We truly want to keep people as safe as we can. I get sent videos, of other techniques all the time. I know lots of people, they send me them. And generally, I don't like them, and we'll talk about what we're looking for when I see these videos. But truly, we'll make a change if something is just as effective, but it's simpler, but easier. Myself and Sergeant Brandon Hicks will go over the technique under a realistic attack. I've got a black belt advisory board I'll send it to and generally ask their opinion. And then we're still not done. We have to find one of our small female black belts or instructors and see how it works for them. Because again, we're not making techniques to work for 6 foot 210. We're looking to keep everyone safe. So if it can be effectively used by a small female, we've got probably more black belt females in our organization than any organization in the world. I've got a couple of them that are barely 5 foot, barely 100 pounds. So those are the ones we want to try the technique, see if it works for them. Because if it doesn't, we don't make that change. When we get sent a video, the first thing we're looking at is it simple? If it's complicated, it's not self-defense. If there's a whole lot of places for something to derail, it will. We expect these techniques to go to pot. Okay, we're being attacked. We've got fear, adrenaline dump, exhaustion, stress. It's just to expect complicated techniques with lots of steps to work is just that's wishful thinking. So we get sent a lot of these. If the people that make these videos would put these things under a realistic attack, they would see how they're going to go astray. Recently I was sent a knife defense. This lady that had a knife being pointed at her had to step, put her back to the guy, do a figure 4 arm lock, put her feet in between his. It's like, if you put that under a realistic attack, you'd realize that doesn't work. As soon as she starts stepping and trying to wrap up his arm, he was going to grab her and slam her onto the ground. That made sense to me, but for some reason, people want to practice against statues that don't move. We have got to put this stuff under a realistic attack, under somebody, doing what the scumbag would do, not just standing there. And we look for simplicity. We look for what it's trying to stop. A lot of techniques, I don't know, they're just gym techniques. They look cool, but that's really not going to take care of the problem. One that was going around recently, and it was popular, it was by some big-time instructors. It was for law enforcement. It was for handgun retention if somebody grabs their handgun when it's out. Basically, they were grabbing the barrel of their own weapon, firing it, recharging, firing it, sliding it. That's a deadly force encounter. What is the best thing that law enforcement officer can do to save his life? Empty the magazine into the idiot mid-chest. That's his best chance. Shoot and shoot and shoot. Why would I purposely put a jam in my own weapon? Okay, and then we're assuming it's a jam that can be cleared just by racking it and not having to take the magazine out, and that's a bad assumption. You could certainly jam it worse than just sliding it's going to do. So this made no sense to me. Well, purposely jamming your own weapon. That weapon is what's going to save my butt. So hence, I don't know. Just critical thinking about these things. Truly, they got to be simple, critical thinking, put them under a realistic attack. These are all the things that we're looking for when we look at these techniques. If it's not, again, simpler, if it's not just as effective or more effective, if it's not going to come out of me under stress, then the other big thing is does one technique take care of a whole lot of problems? When we teach our gun defenses, it's basically our cupping handgun defense, and it works for front, side of the head, if I'm mounted, if they're in my guard, if they're standing over me, if I'm on my knees. This one defense that works for all these is gold when we teach law enforcement. They're not going to spend hours and hours and hours learning 7 different techniques. If I can show them one that they can do in a 2-hour seminar and then it comes out of them under stress, we save lives. I'll get, this is a better handgun from the front, a better handgun defense from the front. Maybe it's 5% better. I don't know how you'd put a percentage on it, but say it's 5% better. But if it's totally different for the side of the head, totally different from I'm on my knees, they have to learn 7 or 8 different defenses. I've truly made them 70% less safe by giving them a 5% better answer from the front. Then I got to come up with another one from the side, and it just doesn't make sense. Our knife attacks, or our knife defenses, were pretty much blocking it, don't get cut, bear hug the arm, and start kneeing, whether it's overhand, underhand, shank, straight stab. One defense to remember. Again, to learn 8 or 9 different defenses, if you know you're not going to be attacked for a few years and you've got lots of time to put into them, well, yeah, maybe there's a better defense for that straight stab. But man, if I can show, again, one defense that takes care of 8 or 9 different problems, easier to learn, easy to remember, go to come out of me quicker, go to come out of me under stress, under exhaustion, under the adrenaline dump. And again, these are all the things that we're looking for. So absolutely, mark at uskma.com or on Facebook, the USKMA page. Message me, send me videos. I love critiquing. And again, not to tear everything down because, oh yeah, I'm an expert. Man, I like seeing things that, hey, I can practice that. I can use that. I can try it. See if that's better than what we're doing. So absolutely, things to look for when you're looking at techniques. Keep them simple, one answer for many questions. Of course, it's got to be effective. It's got to be usable by no matter how big and strong you are. I mean, that's kind of Krav Maga. It doesn't rely on how big and strong you are. We teach small women the exact same thing that we teach large men. So yeah, keep those videos coming in. And until next time, Mark Sling, United States Krav Maga Association.